Good evening and welcome to the FFUK Mini League November review video. Welcome. Welcome, Pete.
This is it.
Yeah,
we're there.
So we're going to chat to you about a few things, and obviously November's been a busy month in the league.
It has been a busy month. 4 games. I think. Do we have an international break? An annoying international break in the middle of that? I think we only just got 4 game weeks in the end.
Yeah, so it was busy, but obviously the big talking point really was the cup this month, wasn't it?
Yeah, FFUK Cup.
The first round of the FFUK
Underway.
Cup. Some of us did better than others.
32 teams through to the next round 2, which has been drawn. It's on the website. Check it out. Some quality fixtures in that draw.
Yeah, we'll come on to those in a bit.
The Challenge Cup has now been drawn. Will be on the website within the next 24 hours.
Yeah, so that's the first round of the Challenge Cup also drawn. Manager of the month, who was it?
Paul
Munger, yes,
yeah.
It was.
Great score.
It was a really good score.
It wasn't actually in the FFUK Cup.
No, in the Challenge Cup. Yeah, so we've just drawn his name out.
So we've smashed it in the FFUK Cup had he got in, but
also shout out to Andy Ffuk and Yabata, who came second or joint second
wicked.
For the month.
Fair play. Jealous.
So, very good scores, and they both are up in the top 20 now, I think, aren't they?
Yes.
And Andy in particular was down in the sort of 60s, 70s. Only a few weeks back, wasn't he? So.
Well, several weeks back, but yeah, he's been solid. Just risen, which is exactly what you want to do and need to do.
Absolutely, yeah. So
rather than going up and down.
So in terms of the individual game weeks, we've reviewed them on the website. You should by now have read them.
Well, of course, you'll be up to date on all of that.
Of course you will. And if you're not, then some light, entertaining reading whenever you get a moment.
Yes.
Obviously, the best game week score, we're still waiting for people to claim that.
I'm currently winning that.
Pete's currently winning that with 100, and we've had a few people beat that score. So
just a note on that, and it is on the website now as well, that if you don't claim your scores by full time in the FA Cup, we're not accepting them.
FA Cup final, yeah.
FA Cup final, yeah.
Yeah. And that seems reasonable.
We know there's going to be a flurry.
Plenty of time, but why not just claim it now?
Get on that list.
Claim it now. So in terms of the league, we've got a new leader this week. But as I say, it's all been sort of talked about in the game week reviews. So yeah, have a look at those. But we're going to sort of talk a bit more about the cup, really. So where we're at. So as we say, we've just done the draw. And all the teams and all the fixtures are on the website. And in terms of the fixtures, I've picked out a couple that I'm particularly interested in.
This
is from the second round of the.
Oh, the second round. There's loads of interesting ones there.
So one in particular, obviously a bit selfish, but I'm playing Paul Baker, who is the hottest player in the league right now, coming off the back of 92 points last week. And
certainly hotter than you.
Well, only a little bit, but. But Paul Baker's done really well recently. Since writing an article for us on the website, we've noticed that his team's really improved. So
we're thinking it's our influence.
Probably our influence.
Yeah.
So anytime, Paul, just
or our inspiration.
Pick up the phone. But this month. We can't be too friendly. Well, I can't be too friendly because
with Paul, no.
I've got to.
There's going to be no.
Keep what I'm doing under wraps.
This is my team.
But I've had a look at your team, Paul, and I found a couple of flaws, and I should be exploiting those.
Yeah, there's a couple of good ones in the FFUK Cup.
Another good one is
JPC
against Coxey.
Apparently playing his best man.
So that's him against his best man. Yeah.
Excellent.
And then another good one was
Toby, who's
top. Toby's our new leader.
He's playing Ffuk, who was runner-up last year.
Yeah, and there was a good one with Neil Stewart as well. I can't remember who was playing there.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Anyway, so
Neil Stewart's playing Leicester Deeble, who's third.
So Leicester
and has been top for a long
third,
while.
and he's a big Watford fan, and is on the WhatsApp quite a lot. He's playing last season's league winner.
119th in the world.
119th in the world. So good luck, Leicester, with that. Okay, next up, the FT, which is a regular feature. This time we're going to discuss, there's only one man to discuss, and it isn't Jamie Vardy this week, because I covered him in the Game Week review. But I suppose quickly, let's say about Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy, legend, had him in since week 1.
Can
you say that? That's about all I can say at the moment.
Yeah, fair play to Pete. He did actually pick out Jamie Vardy at the beginning of the season, even though the guy only scored 5 goals last season.
Didn't realise he was going to do quite as well. I just thought he'd be all right. Even cheap third striker.
Yeah, even Pete wouldn't have predicted that he would have scored 11 games in a row. I think 13 goals in 11 games he's got at the moment, and something.
Well, and he said,
which is I think taken something like I saw a stat about Rooney where Rooney's last 13 goals have taken him like 14 months.
Yeah.
And Jamie Vardy's done it in about 6 weeks or something.
And he doesn't look like stopping, which is great. And he's at away to Swansea.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like scoring every game. And the thing is, the team are basically really trying to help him score as well. You know, if there's a free kick or a penalty, he takes it. They're all trying to.
He sort of balances selfishness with a good selfishness. With
such a hard worker. He's such a hard worker. But that wasn't the man I wanted to discuss actually, because everyone's got Jamie Vardy, and everyone who's active in the game has got Jamie Vardy pretty much. If you haven't, then I don't know what you're playing at really. Even though I had to bring him in
you're not playing,
about 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, you didn't want to.
I didn't want to. But the man I want to discuss is a little Argentinian by the name of Sergio Aguero.
I know him. Yes, heard of him.
Now,
I don't know him personally.
Really, it's in regard to your team, really, because
my team.
Yeah, because you brought him in. You brought him in as early as possible.
Well, actually, pre-season, because of course Aguero was out for the first few games, and so I actually wrote an article back then, which is on the website if you want to go back through the archives, on the Aguero dilemma.
Conundrum? Anyway, whatever it was called.
Which I guess you seem to believe is still occurring.
Well, of course it is. It is still occurring because people have brought him in. He scored a goal, but he's also gone off injured again.
The thing is,
there's rumours that he's out. There's rumours that he's in.
This season, and to a certain extent last season, very much more so in the previous seasons, all the good players cost loads of money, and in the game.
No, not this season.
In previous seasons. Right, So last season there were a couple of strikers. We had Charlie Austin, and obviously Kane started off at about 5.5 million or something.
And he was a bit like a Vardy in that everyone had him.
So all the big hitters have dropped out this season, except for Sanchez, who's been up and down.
KDB has been all right.
KDB's been good. Hazard has done nothing. Costa has done nothing.
Basically, Chelsea have done nothing. But...
Yeah, true. Yeah. Kane has sort of made his value worthwhile.
But anyway, back to Aguero.
Silva has been injured most of the season.
You're skirting the issue because...
So the only one with a big question mark over them is Mr. Aguero. It's because he eats up effectively the balance of 2 players. So you could easily have, Igalo and Barkley. Yeah. You could have had 6 weeks, 8 weeks ago for that sort of money. And is it worth having Aguero when you could have a great fifth mid and some goals from one of your strikers? I think no. I think that is the wrong answer. I think the right answer is get Sergio in. Do you remember the 5 goals? Do you remember how good that was?
Do you remember how he did for the 5 games before that?
Yes, he didn't score any goals for the 5 games before that. Well, fortunately, the rest of our players were scoring, so we got some points in the bag.
But do you not think you got on a little bit early? You not admit your mistake there.
But bringing him in last week was a bit premature. Yeah. Maybe.
And well, now you've got Sanchez to deal with. You've got Company to deal with. You've got Aguero potentially to deal with. You've got. Oh God! I could go on.
My second striker, Pella, was out, so I was either going to put Lukaku in or Aguero in.
Well,
it's a no-brainer.
No-brainer. A better pick.
He scored 1 goal.
He scored 3 goals.
He's going to stop scoring. Okay. He scored.
He's more likely to score when he's playing, at least, because Aguero's not going to score when he's not playing.
True, yeah. I mean, if Aguero's not playing, then...
you can always do Aguero out for Sturridge next week.
I could do that, but I'm not going to make that mistake again. Because he's very likely to fall over and die on the pitch.
Anyway, well...
A bit harsh, but...
Obviously, Aguero is a subject that I think everyone has an opinion on when you play fantasy football.
Watch out, basically. If you don't have him, I can afford him, Chris can't.
I can afford
unless he breaks apart the rest of his team.
No, I've got 2 transfers. I could bring him in this week.
Yeah, you'd have to take out KDB.
That's fine. Or Sanchez.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, my team.
He'd have to.
My team's fine. I'm on the I'm going up in the table.
He went up this week. He's above me by 11 points. Previous week he was below me by 11 points. So,
but for the bulk of the season, I've been above you.
Who cares?
I care.
I don't.
And I think the viewers care. The viewers care. Right. They like to see who's above us out of us two, and they notice usually that I am.
Well, let's see how it goes. Okay. Let's see. Well, big December to come.
Indeed. Okay. So
I've got the squad for it.
Next up, we're going to do a couple of shouts.
You've got Victor.
We've got Victor Wanyama, but that's balance. If you want to read about balance versus, what do you call it?
Depth
or mediocrity. Then there's an article about that on the website too. Next up, a couple of shout-outs.
Oh, it's a big shout-out to Sarah, my lovely fiancée, who's
joining the league next season.
Who's joining the league next season.
And also to Paul Baker for his post on the website.
Thank you for doing that.
Thanks very much for that.
It was much more factual than most of my quizzes.
It was just good to read someone else's views on fantasy football
we loved
rather than reading our own. And obviously, if anyone else wants to do a post or do a video or whatever, that would be great.
Yeah, video. We should get like more than one person in, and
we're thinking perhaps for our next video, or maybe early next year, we'll do more of an interview style video with maybe 3 or 4 people and ask them some questions. We actually have to retract a shout out as well. We previously did a shout out for Daz for his Throne updates.
Yeah.
But since then, the updates they're no more. We don't seem to be getting them anymore. So I don't know who's going up or who's going down every day.
No,
do you?
I feel a bit sad about that. I don't bother looking anymore.
Well, it's very sad. It's very sad.
I feel a bit sad. I miss him.
Obviously, if Daz could get back to us and maybe start doing the Throne updates, we'll give him another shout out. Maybe we weren't showing him enough love.
Yeah. Daz, please start doing the updates again. We love them, and then we'll do you another shout out.
Yeah, that's reason enough, isn't it? To, go on.
Oh well, you didn't say about the end of season awards, which we're considering.
Well, no, I thought I'd leave that. I'll talk about that next, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Next up, we're going to talk about the end of season awards.
Oh right, cool.
Yeah, thought I should mention that really, otherwise I hadn't forgotten.
No, of course
not. So a couple of people have mentioned on the WhatsApp group that we should do something maybe at the end of the season, either
or mid-season,
towards the end of the season, as a sort of meet up to watch some football together, or indeed something like an end of season awards, which is done post-season, where we obviously give some kind of awards out and have a few drinks. And if anyone's got any ideas on that or feedback, then just let us know. But I'll try and get something together for.
I reckon we should do prior to the end of the season.
Really?
Like a month or so before, something like that. Or a couple of weeks before. Let's see how it goes.
I mean, the biggest issue is going to be where we do it, because obviously everyone's spread out all over the place. We've got people in Dubai,
people in the Isle of Man.
Yes, we do have a few people from the Isle of Man.
Maybe somewhere more local.
That would be the obvious thing. I mean, the obvious place would be to say London, I guess, because it's the most easy to get to for everyone.
Except the people in Dubai who probably say, I don't know.
Well, no.
Dubai.
But arguably, it's still the easiest place for them to get to in the UK, isn't it? London.
Well, rather than Bournemouth or.
Yeah, exactly. So London would be, I guess,
I don't know if
a good idea. Like JPC suggested Shaftesbury, but that's not great for people who live in East London or whatever.
I don't know where Shaftesbury is.
Shaftesbury's Dorset.
Yeah.
Stonehenge.
Oh, I like Stonehenge.
Good. Well, Pete will be there anyway. So, So any ideas on that or any feedback, let us know, and we'll try and get something penciled in the new year.
We're genuinely serious. We'd love to do that if people want to do it.
Yeah, even if it's just a day of watching football, and that might work quite well. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be wicked.
Okay, so
I think
sort of on that really. We've obviously mentioned the website quite a lot on the WhatsApp and the Twitter, so they're all sort of working now pretty well, I think.
Big month to come. We've
noticed that the stats on the website have increased recently, so
we're very happy with that.
More people are visiting the site.
I think this is the only game month we're going to have 5 games.
Yeah, well, there might be some later, but because we get doubles. And
but there's 5 game weeks in December. It's usually the biggest month of the season.
It's a big one. Yeah, absolutely.
Crucial.
Absolutely. So there's loads of big games coming up. And in terms of Christmas coming up,
We'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, we definitely wish you a Merry Christmas, but it feels a bit early to be saying that, although there is a Christmas tree just to my right.
Some people may be watching it on Christmas Eve.
They might save it, might they?
Yes.
Save this.
Well, happy Christmas to you.
Yeah,
especially.
Absolutely. So in terms of, have you got anything on your fantasy Christmas wish list? In terms of your fantasy team, what are you after?
I'd like Swansea to have a bit of a turnaround, actually, and
start playing well.
Whoa! Did you have Gomez at the start of the season?
Yeah, I did when they were playing well.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like them to have. I like Swansea. I'd like to have them to have a bit of a turnaround, and I relentlessly score points for me. I can't get rid of him at the moment because I haven't got the transfers, and so he is an active differential. I'd also like Everton to stop performing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd quite like Chelsea to start performing, really, because
that would be more appropriate.
Because we're absolutely terrible still. Maybe getting slightly better, but still pretty terrible.
We lost 0-0.
We never actually.
We drew 0-0.
Really had our proper discussion on here, did we, about the whys and wherefores of Chelsea's.
I think that's because we don't actually know.
Problems.
We can't actually dissect it.
I can tell you the players that have been playing badly, but we haven't got time for that, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully by the next time you see us on video, Chelsea will
Everyone will be like, oh my God, have you got Hazard in your team?
Yeah, I've got my treble Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly.
Ivanovic spending all the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah. So have a good Christmas, have a good New Year. But before then, have a good month in the FFUK League and the Cup competitions. Anything else you'd like to add, Pete, before we go?
No. Merry tidings.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.